This game was awesome. UC San Diego, riding a 15-game winning streak, made the tournament in their first season of eligibility. Michigan, fresh off winning the Big Ten tournament, not seeded properly as a 5 seed. Mid-first half, Danny Wolf block, ball saved to Trey Donaldson, back to the 7-footer for the transition layup. Get up and get down, Michigan up 12. 2 minutes later, Wolf over his shoulder gets that to go. Michigan back up 12. It's crafty. Final seconds of the first. Wolf loses it, gets it back, misses, but the other 7-footer, Vlad Golden, layup plus the foul. Michigan goes into the half up 14, led by as many as 15. They're cruising. UC San Diego 0-19 when trailing by 10 or more points at halftime since joining D1 5 years ago. Early second, here come the Tritons. Hayden Gray, bucket good there. Minute later, Norden K-Pitch fires the 3. UC San Diego down 3, caps a 12-0 run, do a little dance. 3 minutes to go. Tritons down 3. Tyler McGuy for 3. Got it! We are tied at 63. Next possession, McGuy, baseline. Got it. Tritons up 2, their first lead of the game, down by as many as 15. Short-lived, Trey Donaldson for 3. Remember, hit the game winner against Maryland in the Big Ten semis. Michigan back up 1, 2 minutes to play. Extend the lead to 3 at the line. Tritons with a chance to tie it. 10 seconds to play. McGuy, pump fake. McGuy, can you be the guy? No. 25 points. He needed at least 28. That was the theme, unfortunately, for UC San Diego. Missed a lot of three-point attempts, 7 of 30 from beyond the arc, and it's survive and advance for Michigan, 68-65. Their 6th straight win in the round of 64, and this is like the cardiac Wolverines. 13th win by 4 points or fewer this season, tied for the most by any D1 team in the NCAA tournament era. And for Dusty May, his first tournament win since bringing 9-seed FAU to the Final Four 2 years ago.
Dusty, they don't make it easy on you, do they?
We don't. We've done this all year. You guys see the gray and the recession up top. They're a big part of that.
What did you say to them in that final timeout?
Final timeout, it was more strategy than anything else, and keep playing. I thought we just did a really nice job when the game got ugly of just playing and playing and playing. There's a foul here, foul there, whatever happened. They just kept playing.
You've been in this situation before. What does a win like this, an ugly win where you really have to fight for it, possibly do for you as you keep going?
Well, this is March Madness. We're going to expect this the next game and probably the game after that if we're fortunate enough to advance.
I mentioned an ugly game. You've got A&M next, a football-style defense. What do you expect?
Well, we're going to have to rebound the basketball.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
There you go. Going to have to rebound the basketball as they advance to play Texas A&M on Saturday. Michigan has a knack for playing close games. Again, they earned their 13th win by 4 points or fewer this season. Michigan coming off an 8-24 season, now 1 win away from advancing to the Sweet 16. What a game that was. Back in studio here with Avery Johnson, Tim Doyle. Avery, that was incredible. That was your definition of survive and advance for Michigan down the stretch.
Definitely. And Dusty May, you know, he looks like he needs 2 showers tonight to survive this game. But give him credit because Dusty May, remember, he was in the Final Four 2 years ago with Florida Atlantic. So he knows how to coach in NCAA tournament games. You know, Vlad Golden, what I love about him, he made his free throws down the stretch, 4 for 5 overall. You know, those 2 big guys inside, they did their jobs in terms of rebounding the basketball, but 2 block shots. They got to have better interior defense, especially moving forward against Texas A&M.
And you got to make your free throws. Tonight, Michigan, 11 of 20 from the free throw line. But if you're UC San Diego, right?
Yeah.
7 of 30 from 3, you don't deserve to win. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I mean, check out what Michigan's done in the last 6 rounds, 64 games. They have figured out a way to get it done. But more impressively with this team, Akeem, how many close games have they won? This has been a storyline all season long.
13 by 4 points or fewer. It's the cardiac Wolverines. That's what they are, Avery. Yeah, you got Dusty May in his first season authoring one of the greatest turnarounds there in program history, coming off a 12-win season. Look, this is incredible for them. They should not, we can all agree up here.
Shouldn't have been a 5.
They should have been the one playing Yale today, not playing UC San Diego. They should have been the 4 seed in this region, not Texas A&M. They got seeded terribly. They really did. Did they have to fight against UC San Diego in the first round after being the Big Ten champion? It's not only disrespectful, but at least they survive in advance. Because people go, oh, they had to survive in advance. Like they didn't have a muscle-up win. But that's what they do, Tim. They win these close games. They have these big boy buckets, as you would say. Trey Donaldson with the huge 3. You remember he went the length of floor against Maryland. This team is good enough to make a run. I just don't know if they're consistent enough.
No, and this game looked out of the woodwork at times.
They were up by 15.
I know, they pushed it to double digits. You're like, all right, they're going to put it away. But, I mean, give UC San Diego credit. They ended up fighting back. But you go 7 of 30 from 3, and you're trying to beat a team where you're spreading out 2 7-footers. That just simply is not good enough. Is there something you've coached when you win a lot of close games like that, when you get in a huddle, do guys like, well, we're going to figure this out?
Absolutely. There's a level of confidence because you have a resume in close games that you can refer to. But with Michigan, this game tonight is not going to be good enough to survive in advance in their next game.
Against Texas A&M.
They got to play much better than this. And Danny Wolf, he's going to have to knock down some shots because that Texas A&M defense is stifling. Buzz Williams, I've coached against him before in 2018 in the NCAA tournament when he was coaching at Virginia Tech.
Yep.
So very well-respected coach. So, again, not as much as Calipari and Patino is going to get as much of the fanfare, but 2 outstanding coaches in this upcoming game.
How do these 2 teams stack up when you look at Texas A&M and Michigan?
Texas A&M is not a great offensive team. You got some fantastic backcourt there. You got Wade Taylor, who's been there, feels like forever.
Yep.
Michigan, their strength is on the inside. I think Texas A&M can match them athlete-wise. Vlad Golden has to be, a big-time player. Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden both have to go between 18 and 23. They can't have, 12 and 11. They both have to have huge performances. But to Coach's point, Texas A&M, they figure out a way. They're awfully tough. They don't shoot it great. They don't shoot it great from the perimeter, but they figure out a way.
Their best shot is a missed shot. And I'm serious. That's what happens with Texas A&M. I've been watching them all year long. That happens when you live in Texas. So I think defensive rebounding is going to be a priority for Michigan. But also, with the 2 big guys, spacing on offense is going to be key because Texas A&M, they want to score in transition against Michigan. They want to score before these 2 big guys get back down the court and get their defense set. So spacing on offense, taking care of the ball because you don't want Texas A&M to get freebies in transition. But when that shot goes up from Texas A&M, all 5 guys have to box out.
What's pretty crazy is the last 2 games that Michigan has played against opponents, UC San Diego was 7 of 30. Wisconsin, 7 of 39. So that is 14 of 69 versus Michigan from 3. You know what that percentage equals, Avery? Not good. I don't have enough time to do the math on it, but it's just not very good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does that have to do more with their defense? I don't think they're doing anything like that unusual, but teams are missing against them an awful lot.
All right, so Michigan advancing to play Texas A&M, but a quick, shout out to UC San Diego, the champions out of the Big West, had a 15-game winning streak. First year of eligibility into the NCAA tournament. Eric Olin and his kids. Fun season, heck of a program. They're for sure going to be back. So a hat tip to the Tritons. Heck of a season for those kids from UC San Diego. The madness is here. Don't miss a moment of the action on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. Download the March Madness Live app to watch every game, anywhere, anytime live. And, of course, you can watch us. Full highlights and analysis from the first 4 to the final 4 in San Antonio.